When I was 21, I thought I knew everything about money.
Oh.
I was wrong. In the next 10 minutes, I'm gone. Tell you 3 money lessons that completely changed how I handle my finances, and I wish I learned them years earlier. No. 1. Money is a tool, it's not a goal. When I got my first real paycheck, my goal was simple. Spend it all on things I wanted. A new phone, fancy clothes, weekend trips. I thought more spending meant more happiness. But here's what I learned. Money is just a tool. It can buy freedom, time, and opportunities. But only if you use it with purpose. Having money doesn't make you rich. Knowing how to use it wisely does. Look, I get it. It's tempting to think of money as a trophy, something to show off with. But here's the thing. When you use money to buy things to show off, you're not really getting any richer. You're just spending more of what you have. Instead, why not use it to buy things that make your life easier or better for you and your loved ones? Or even use it to make more money, so you have even more options. That's what I do with all my extra cash. Think of it like a bicycle. If you use it to go to work, it makes your life easier because you don't have to walk and you can earn money. But if you use it to do wheelies in the driveway, well, you're not really getting anywhere, are you? Same goes for money. Let me tell you a quick story. I knew this guy who made good money working for a big company. But he spent most of it on things people told him he needed. Kept up with the Joneses, bought expensive stuff so everyone would notice. But guess what? He was miserable. He had no savings, no financial freedom, and worst of all, he hated his job. He was stuck in a rat race he didn't want to be in. Now, some people might say, oh, he just needed to make more money, but I think he just needed to change how he saw money. Because here's the thing, money isn't the answer, it's just a tool. If he'd understood that earlier, maybe he wouldn't have wasted his money on stuff that didn't matter. Instead, he could have used it to build a future he actually wanted. No. 2. Avoid the someday trap, I used to say. Someday I'll start saving. Someday I'll invest. Someday I'll get serious about money. The problem? Someday never comes. Don't wait to start investing until you feel ready. The best time is right now. Here's why. Look, I get it. Investing seems complicated. There are so many choices, numbers, and charts that it can be overwhelming. But here's the thing. Investing is actually pretty simple. Basically, you're rebuying a little bit of a company with your money in hopes that it'll grow and you'll make some cash. It's not rocket science. Just buy a little bit every week and choose companies you know and trust. But there's another reason why I regret not starting sooner. You see, when you start early, you get something called compounding interest on your side. Imagine you invest $5 a week, which is like $20 a month. If you start at age 20, you will have around $1 million by the time you're 65. But if you wait until you're 32, number 3, protect before you grow. Once I started making money, I was excited to invest it. I heard stories of people becoming rich quickly through stocks, so I wanted to get in on the action. But this is what I did. I once invested in stocks before I had an emergency fund. Then my car broke down, and I had to sell my investments at a loss to cover the repairs. That's when I learned. Before you focus on growing wealth, protect yourself first. Having money set aside gives you peace of mind, knowing you're prepared for life's unexpected moments. Helps you avoid making rash decisions when tough times hit. Think of it like building a house. You wouldn't start decorating the living room before laying the foundation, right? Same goes for your finances. Focus on the basics first. Build a solid financial foundation so you can weather any storms that come your way. It's better to be safe than sorry. So there you have it. These 3 lessons may sound simple, but they're the foundation for everything else in personal finance. Use money as a tool, not a trophy. Start now, not later. Protect yourself before you try to grow. If I had learned these earlier, I'd be years ahead financially. Remember, your future self is counting on the choices you make today, so start now and build that future you're after. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.